So, first tonight, the protesters who brought trams and traffic in Nottingham city centre to a standstill.
It was all part, of a national day of action by a group called Black Lives Matter. 4 campaigners who appeared to be chained together across the tracks have been arrested.
And this evening, the same group is holding a demonstration in the city. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball is there. Good evening, Jeremy. So what's happening?
Yeah, hello. People just starting to arrive here this evening. If you look behind me, you can see there are some musicians, there are a few people with banners, and this is one of 4 cities across the country that have been targeted today in protests that are designed to highlight discrimination against Britain's black communities, and they've gone for maximum impact, as Mike O'Sullivan reports.
Laying on the tram tracks in the centre of Nottingham, a protest by supporters of the Black Lives Matter campaign. It started as commuters made their way through the city just after 8 a.m. The activists linked arms with heavy-duty plastic piping. Trams and traffic brought to a standstill by the Theatre Royal. Why are you doing this?
#Shutdown! Black Lives Matter! Check us out online!
You're just causing disruption in the city centre, though.
Excuse me!
Don't matter.
Black Lives Matter is raising issues including deaths in police custody, stop and search, and arrest and conviction rates.
They've chosen the wrong place, but some people I spoke to said it's all about making an impact and getting their voice heard.
I think it's good, actually. We have to stand up for each other.
I don't think it's the right way to go about things, and I think it's probably going to cause a lot more division than unity.
I know that racism is a problem that kind of gets ignored nowadays. It's a bit more subtle, isn't it, now?
Well, it's now around 10 to 10 in the morning. One of the main tram routes in Nottingham is still blocked off by this protest. Police have taped off the area using the traffic lights here, and they've screened off the protesters. Not really sure what's going to happen next. What did happen next was that Nottinghamshire Police's protest removal team brought in specialist cutting equipment. They placed goggles on the activists and cut through the pipe around their arms. It appears that the protesters may have been chained together as well.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
There was some vocal support for the campaigners as the police carried on with their work.
No peace! No justice! No peace!
After 3 hours, they were led away. The police said 3 women aged 30, 48 and 50 and a man aged 30 were arrested on suspicion of willful obstruction of the highway. Nottinghamshire Police said it was part of a national campaign and there was nothing to suggest it was connected to any events in the county. Mike O'Sullivan, BBC East Midlands Today, Nottingham.
So why are these protests happening now? Well, it's been timed to coincide with the 5th anniversary of the death of Mark Duggan. You'll probably remember that he was shot by the police in London, and that prompted several days of rioting across the country. And these campaigners say black people are much more likely to die in police custody. They're much more likely to be stopped and searched, and they're much more likely to face racism everywhere from the jobs market to the immigration system. But I've been asking people here what they're hoping to achieve.
White people on the whole have to understand that they benefit from white privilege and white supremacy, so we're here to show support for black people and for all people, in fairness.
Black person is probably more likely to get worse of crime and worse of time than the white person. And I feel like in this world, we're all equal, we all bleed the same blood.
Black people are disproportionately the victims of police brutality, and we all need to care about that.
While today's protests have certainly attracted publicity, I think the real question is, will they make a positive difference, or could the disruption simply antagonise people who might have supported their cause?
OK, Jeremy Ball, thank you.